Hello and welcome again to our Taylor's Digital Open Day live chat. My name is Daniel, I will be the host, and today we have these three lovely people regarding the sports side of things here in Taylor's University. So once again, if you've just logged on, welcome. If you have any questions regarding all things Taylor's, in fact, if you have questions regarding these three people individually, feel free to send them over and we'll answer them for you live. And if you wish to talk to any one of our counselors or even have a virtual campus tour from the safety of your own home, feel free to head on over to our website and you can get those as well. Alright, so let's get things started over here. So I'd like to ask you guys, could you please introduce yourself and perhaps tell me three things that you really cannot do without?
Okay, I think I start first.
Yes.
Alright, sure. Hi, I'm Jafni. I'm a senior executive from Sports and Recreation Center, Taylor's University. I've been here, I think, for 1 year, nearly 2 years already. Okay, if ask me what I can do, what I cannot do without, for three things, I think is basically as a human, I think more on sleep, eating, and also like me, I'm a sports, so I'm playing games, and either it's esports or any other physical games lah.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Nabil. I am the president of Taylor's Esports Club and a third-year student in Taylor's. The three things I can't live without, I mean, yeah, I don't think I can live without eating and sleeping, but also I can't live without physical sports and esports itself.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Angela. I'm the president from Taylor's Scuba Diving Club. I'm about to start my degree in broadcasting soon. So the three things that I can't do, that I can't live without is basically eat, diving, and gaming. That's pretty much those three. Those are main ones.
Okay, well, no wonder you're the president of Scuba Diving and you're doing esports lah. Alright, so our first question here is actually dedicated to Mr. Jafni. So Jafni, can you actually tell me more about the Sports and Recreation Center and what do they have and what do they do?
Okay, in Taylor's University, basically we in Sports and Recreation, we not only cater Taylor's University students, we also cater Taylor's College and Taylor's University. So what normally we do as a Sports and Recreation, basically we are providing all the sports and recreation activities, which is under our Sports and Recreation clubs. Like we have a representative from Taylor's Esports and also Taylor's Scuba Diving Club. Besides that, also we have a few facilities that we also providing to the student for you guys to use, where we have a sports facilities, we have a few multi-purpose indoor court, where we have a basketball court together with dodgeball, futsal, netball, handball, tennis, even we have a cricket cage for those who love in cricket. Besides that, also we have a gym, where we call it a uni gym. Inside there we have a studio class for dance, for any fit camp activities, and also we have I think it's 25-meter swimming pool for all the uni gym members to use. Basically, this is what we have over here, the facility, in terms of facilities. But for the activities, for what kind of activity sports we have, basically we have around 24 sports clubs in Taylor's for now. Even we also welcome, if anyone love to come up with new games, new activities over here, we are welcome them to our office for us to help you guys open up the club.
All right. So we have another question here for these two lovely people. But before that, just very quickly, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them over and we'll ask them and answer them for you live. All right. So our next question here is actually for the other two. Tell me more about your club that you guys are in charge of, and can you tell me what do you do in your club or department?
I guess I'll start with mine first. So the Taylor's Esports Club, we are an esports club in a university level. We play both inter-university and open tournaments around Malaysia. We cover multiple game titles in the esports scene, and we're most notably known for our Counter-Strike team. And what activities do? We try and provide a platform for those within Taylor's to communicate and get to know one another, so they can get more friends to play casual games with. And the other side of what we do is that we provide a platform for those who want to go professional gaming at a competitive level. So we provide that platform for them to strive through. And as for the position as president of the club, so I do quite a number of things, I would say, because I can kind of cover almost everything we do. I do most of the PR work, which is external communications between our sponsors or any events team. So from there, what we do is we filter out who we should work with and how can we plan the event. So it both has to benefit both our club and the university.
Okay, cool.
Okay, as for mine, I think it's pretty much general scuba diving, of course. It's so general. But other than just like scuba dive, we do provide where everyone are welcome to join, even the non-divers as well, because a lot of my students tend to ask me like, what if I don't have a license, am I able to join this club? I mean, even without a license, we can provide you one. I mean, not us as a student, but we do have instructors that that legally can give you a license. So yeah, other than that, you can like come for simple activities like bonding activities or gathering with the members activities kind. So as for what I do in the club, as what he said just now, basically everything. Basically everything. But at the same time, I just got promoted as the president a few months ago. So I'm still new and trying to learn from different people of how to run a club, especially this kind of very special club.
Oh, fantastic. So I guess you're on a learning journey right now, lah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is your club advisor Mr. Jafni?
No,
No?
Mr. Arvin.
Mr. Arvin. Oh, okay. Well, if Mr. Jafni, if you were the club advisor, would you help her with her president learning curve?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because this is part of what our role as advisor in sports recreation to help the new president or help the new BOD to how to run the clubs, how to manage the clubs, something like that.
All right, fantastic. So actually, we have gained some questions from the audiences. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate that. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to hand them over. So our first question from the audience is actually from Danielle. Oh, not me, but Danielle. Danielle. So Danielle asks, how much do we have to pay to join these activities? So I'm not sure by these activities, do they mean the club or the club activities? Maybe you guys can try answering for both. Yeah, if that helps, Danielle.
Alright, so in Taylor's Esports Club, so we have a registration fee which is 20 ringgit, which is actually for our club fund. So we use it to host activities for all of you. Most of our activities within campus, they are normally free, but when we have tournaments, we may charge an entry fee, but that will go towards the prize pool for everyone to enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I know this is a very normal question for us because like to everyone, scuba diving is a very expensive sport.
True.
So what I get was the first question everyone will ask, like how much would it be to like join a trip or whatsoever. So then of course, be honesty, if you're a first time diver, if you have to start from the first level course, which is open water, so it will cost around like 1,200 plus. But everything is already included inside accommodations, food and diving equipment and such. But if you want to join us just as a member, I think registration fee is only like 25 ringgit, but everything is given. So like food or club t-shirts is all in there. Yeah.
Right, fantastic. Sounds like you just have to know what you want lah, and then make your decision from there. Okay, so we have one more question from the audience. Thank you all so much. This next question is, I think this is for Mr. Jafni. It says, is the gym open for everyone to use or only for students? What are the opening times?
Okay, for gyms, we hired outsiders to run the gym, where the gym is open for students and staff of Taylors, but you must register as a member, which we have 3 types of member, which is quarterly, halfly and yearly members, where all the students must go through the campus. And once you come as a student, you need to log into your campus central system, everything for registration, remember. So basically, you need to renew. If let's say you are registered for quarterly, which you need to pay 180 ringgit per quarterly, you need to renew back. Let's say after 3 months, you need to renew. If you are interested, you need to renew back with the gym member to become a gym membership. All right.
All right, fantastic. Oh, we have one more question from the audience. Fantastic. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate that. Because this digital open day is actually meant for all of you watching. So it's the most relevant for you, especially when you ask questions, because it's meant for you guys to know more. All right, so this next question is for esports. Okay, so for esports, do we have to bring our laptops and all? So I'm assuming and all, they mean like the equipment. Yeah. Okay.
So So basically, when we have like casual gatherings, you are encouraged to bring your laptops, but we do provide laptops from our sponsors at Asus ROG. And what we do at the gatherings normally is like, if you want to play casually between some friends, your laptops are recommended. It enhances the fun because you may have the games. We may not provide all the games, but if you are going for a tournament, etc., for at least mobile gamers, we actually can provide you the Asus ROG phone from our sponsors.
Wow.
So yeah, each players for our mobile teams will actually get the phone, and they'll be able to go for the tournament with that. As for the PC gamers, we are going to use our own equipment because some of us are actually more comfortable using our own equipment. Yeah.
All right. We have one more question from the audience. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate that. I mean, it's meant for them lah, you know? Yeah. All right, so this one question, one more question from the audience is from Ashi. Thank you so much, Ashi. Hello. So this question is, which sports does Taylor offer? Which sports does Taylor's offer?
I think I should answer this. Okay. If like I said just now, we have like 24 sports club. But if you think of if you ask question are referring to a sports team or something like that, most of the sports club we have a sports team. Like we have a basketball team, we have a swimming team, we have a esports team, we have a handball club, which I think recently they are joining for first competition, a handball team. I think we have a lot. I'm not sure which kind of sports you want, but basically we have everything. Those like, especially those if you are in two sports, if you are follow the SUKIP, because in Malaysia we have this SUKIP, Sukan IPT, where involving I think around 100 of higher education in Malaysia. So basically half of the competition sports game offered during that SUKIP, we have the sports team over here. So I think if you are interested to join, why not? If you are already registered as a student, come and visit us, and then we can have more chit chat on this.
All right. Well, Ashi, it sounds like you might have a sport in mind. So maybe you can ask us, does Taylor's have that specific sport, and then we'll be happy to answer your question live. In fact. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next question. So the next question here is, what are some unique initiatives that your club or your department does? Yeah, so anything that your club does that is out of the ordinary. Who would like to start?
I guess
you want to start first? Or you want to start?
You can start.
I start first, okay? All right, no issue, no problem. Okay, basically in Sports and Recreation Center, what we have, as I mentioned just now, we have 24 clubs. Besides, we are handling clubs, and so we are also handling a sports team for any competition outside, and even we have a brand for our sports team. We call it Team Taylors. Since we are involving in Taylors College and also Taylors University, so I think it's not fair if we put our university team as under Taylors University or Taylors College itself, because some of the sports team have both of them in there. So we call it Team Taylors. This is what we brand our team, our sports team in Taylors. Okay. Besides that, also we also offering some part of activities where to cater all the student internally. Where like we're gonna have a fitness week, health and fitness week. We're gonna have inter-faculty games. Even we are come up for a few activities where also we try to cater all the international students in Taylors University also. I think besides that also, we also helping other department in Taylors who are planning to organize some sports activity. We are trying to help them in terms of technical sports itself. I think that is what I think the unique what we have in Sports and Recreation Center in Taylors.
All right.
So for the Esports Club, I guess we are a bit different. So something unique that we do is actually beta testers for games. So last time we actually beta test a game called Eximus, Siege of Frontline, I think. And there's actually a locally made game. So it's a mix of MMO, RPG and FPS. So we became the Sports Club testers.
Wow.
So that's something other out there, and we actually volunteer for events such as the crew for events, we are the marshals, or maybe we're the in-game observers or anything like that. And other than that, that's unique. We get invited to launch events. Sometimes you get events to launch new products, maybe a new game. So that's a bit unique of outside what we have in the sports club.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still thinking. But for Scuba Diving Club, I think because throughout the years it's always been the same thing, always constantly making diving trips with no any different activities, just diving trips. But now it's making more progress already into our most initiatives that we did out was when we first time get to travel to another country like Sabah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the first time we ever did. So from there we get to see a lot more different things than what you see like from Tioman Island or Redang Island. So most of like Sabah we went to dive at Sempurna. So like many of the members there gets to see more than what they thought they would not see. So they get to see a lot of sea creatures like turtles and sharks. So I think from then on it was such a success because it was helped by one of our ex-committee. So he was the one that helped us help us move forward from it so that this club could move forward rather than stuck into one places. So yeah, pretty much like that.
Can I add on a bit?
Yeah.
I think as far as I know, I think it's not only diving they are doing. They also are doing some corporate social responsibility where whenever they go diving, they try to save the beach, clean the beach, something like that. It's not only a normal. I think this is one also unique, and we tried to.
Just 2 weeks ago, we went for a conservation programs where we had to do underwater cleanup, coral survey, beach cleanups. So like it shows that we're not just wanting to just dive only, but we also want to be a part of community where we want to make changes like start with small changes like in one places, then who knows it might grow into to help the environments and go to different places to expand the club and the ocean itself as well.
Fantastic. I think I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable knowing that she's the president. I feel like she has the vision to bring the club forward now. So that's quite good. Well, good luck on your presidency journey. Since you're new to this, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. So we're gonna move on. But first, just a quick reminder for all of you who have just logged in. Welcome. This is our Taylor's Digital Open Day live chat, where we're talking with our Taylorians here regarding beyond the classroom and all things sports. So if you have any questions regarding sports or their clubs or what they done personally, feel free to ask and we'll answer them for you live. And if you want to talk to any one of our counselors or even have a virtual campus tour, you can head on over for our website for those if you'd like that as well. All right, so for our next question here is actually, so a little bit of context. Esports actually won for the Best Sports Club Award just last year, is that right?
Yep.
And for the year before, which was 2018, the Scuba Diving Club won for the Most Progressive Sports Club Award. I don't know if you were even here yet. Were you?
I was here.
You were here? Okay.
For 2 years.
Oh.
More than 2 years.
Okay, fantastic. Then, so given that context, right, now my question here is actually, what did your clubs do and go through in order to achieve those awards? And what is SRC's opinion or overseeing these achievements?
In the terms of esports, how I guess we managed to win the best sports clubs, there are kind of two sides of the category. One side would be how we host events within campus. So we have hosted events with Asus ROG, our main sponsor, with collaboration with Games Fusion, Red Bull, EGG Network, and most primarily it was Media Prima Digital for their Kejohanan East Sukan campus, which is called KEK. So one thing that we did, we had to show is our financial reports, how our pre-event proposals, post-events, and it's more of the reach of how you manage it. So last year our reach was for one of our top tournaments. There was 64 teams and it was from nationwide, all over Malaysia. There were teams or even Sabah and Sarawak competing. So I guess in that sense it's kind of how we, as an esports club, we're a community. It's kind of the bond and relationship between one another. It's not just gaming itself. And I guess that's how we kind of achieve the best sports club. I'm not too sure. We don't want to boast about it. Every club is good in their own way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wow, very diplomatic. Right, Angela?
As for scuba diving, I think it was actually I was a bit proud because it was I won for a progressive club because I've talked to all of the ex-presidents before, even the first president that ran this club. Like from their story, how they worked so hard to make this club work. It was like, cause it was just like quite very inspiring because there's like that time it's only like 3 committees who are super active and trying to make this club work, and slowly from there on there were like a lot of students were taking interest in scuba diving. So slowly from there, from one president to another, they were like what do you call it, you can see like slowly you can see more and more people actually did take interest in such a extreme sports. So then from then onwards, more diving trips have like already like have a lot of diving trips. Then other than diving trips, we have like slowly have conservation programs. So from there, like from diving to conservation, it's like you can see there's a progress in the history where you can see that it slowly is building up its reputation in a club. So yeah.
Right.
For me, pointing for both of this team for this club. I think like esports, especially for esports. Last year, I think a bit tough competition also for esports last year. We have another club also is very active. Also from that, but the club is fall under more on recreation than this is more on the sports. But why we choose esports club? Because I think nowadays, even in Indonesia also, we are focusing more in esports. I think our Ministry of Youth and Sports and Youth and Sports also are focusing more on esports as part of the international games only. And then what esports doing in terms of, especially on the financial, I think they managed to get around 36k to 50k of sponsorship deals from the external. So I think it's a bit, proud of them because they managed to get them. Beside the other clubs, it's a bit hard for them at getting, especially during this time, during this economy also not so good. But since I think because of esports now are getting bigger and bigger and bigger international widely, I think this is why this esports become a very big and best sports team in Taylor's University for last year. And meanwhile for scuba diving, yes, we can, as we are in sport and recreation, we can see how scuba diving improving from, I think just basically is only scuba diving. They try to get other than scuba diving, besides diving, what they can do, they are come up with this conservation, other kind of other trip for corporate social responsibility in the community. So that's why we are giving this most progressive club to the scuba diving club.
Nabil, did you hear that? He's a bit proud. A bit.
It's okay. All clubs deserve even.
Yeah. 10%.
Everyone has to be even. We're all very good here.
Yes, all different in different ways.
Yes.
Good in different ways. Right?
Competitive, but we're all good.
Very diplomatic, Nabil. You learned that from PR, is it?
Maybe.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next question. So this next question here is actually for Jafni. Are there a lot of collaborations between clubs? And how does SRC support that? In fact, the second part of the question for the two of you is, example, if esports and scuba diving wanted to collaborate for whatever reason, how would SRC support or facilitate that?
Okay, I think for the collaboration for now, how we do a collaboration between the club is more on when SRC come up with the activity where SRC will hire some of the team members from each club to be part of the activity itself. So our example is on inter-faculty games, where this is games, I think, involving more than 500 students in Taylor's itself. So, and then it's between faculty in Taylor's. We have 6 faculty, and we have, I think, more than 10 sports games competing on that week. This is where we are doing the collaboration between each sports club for them to join us and in the collaboration. And also, I think starting last year, we are also encouraging them to start collaborating with the other club. Like we have a futsal and also eSport, what they can do in terms of collaborating. Maybe they can have a FIFA, maybe they can have any PES tournament whatsoever. But like I say, since last year, we have started to encourage those clubs to start collaborate to have a very big activities for Taylorians.
And if scuba diving and esports were to collaborate, and any ideas how you guys might want to do that? Or how would SRC support that? I mean, I don't see any
I think
similarities.
okay, we don't really see the similarities between the two because I know as playing from esports, we don't have a specific title that has anything with water sports. Maybe not for now. But the closest thing I can think of is something to do with virtual reality, because some virtual realities are actually becoming an esports title. So, example, there's a game called Habbo. It's a very physical activity. So you need a space where it's almost like a 1v1 handball, but it's in virtual reality. So maybe something physical in that sense.
Well, who knows? Maybe after this digital open day live chat, maybe one day for some reason you guys decide to collaborate. For
whatever reason, why not?
Why not, right?
We can teach the game.
Yeah, why not? If you guys are watching and you decide to come to Taylor's and you see an event hosted by Esports and Scuba Diving, then you know why. This is the origin of that collaboration. Alright, so just a quick gentle reminder for all of you. If you've just logged in, welcome again. This is our Taylor's Digital Open Day live chat where we're talking with these three people regarding all things sports. And if you have any questions regarding sports, Taylor's, even about themselves, feel free to ask questions and we'll answer them for you live here. And if you head on over to our website, you can even talk with any one of our counselors and even have a virtual campus tour if you wish to do it from the safety of your own home. So just a quick reminder, and yeah, let's move on to the next question. So this next question here is, how did you get involved with SRC or the sports side of things? Yeah.
Start first.
Yeah, it's always been this side. Yeah.
How did I get involved? At first, I was just involved as a member. I've been a member for 1 year in this club, and I was close with the committees. So true story, the committees would asked me to join the committee, and then some of them also recommend me to be part of it. So I think slowly from there I started to join as a committee, and then from there people teach me how to do this, how to do that, because last time I was very, very quiet. I was such an introvert. I don't like socializing at all.
Sorry to bring you here.
No, that was last time.
Last time. Personal growth happened.
Yeah, so from there, I think slowly I get to progress to learn different things like marketing, PR, how to interact with the members. Then slowly from there I progress as to be in charge of social medias, so I could promote my clubs and such. But my mentor, my supervisor was telling me, you can't just stay behind social media all the time. I need to interact with people. So at first I was very uncomfortable, but of course I had to make some changes if you want to progress inside the clubs. So then from there onwards, I got more involved in the committee, and then slowly from there I got promoted as a president somehow.
Oh, okay.
That was great.
Yeah, that was quick.
Quick, I was in here for 1 year, for 2 years already.
Well, as for me in esports, I actually joined the club back in, I think it was October 2017, and the club was actually formed in the May of 2017. So back then, how I actually joined the club was a friend of mine was actually the BOD member. So he found me randomly roaming around campus that day after class, and he decided to come and jump me into the club.
Okay.
So from there, how I became getting towards the role of president, I actually got close to the BOD team. And it kind of went on from there. I think you know who Halim was previously, our ex-president. So we got close to him and slowly worked up our way. And I guess, surprisingly, actually the first role in this club before president was I got the vice president as the first role. But in personal, how I got into esports was because I play physical sports. I'm a golfer and I do play competitively. But the reason why I went to esports was because I had a very bad injury.
Oh, okay.
2 injuries in 1 year. So I decided to start playing a bit more computer games. But before I was on computer gaming, I did play semi-professional Call of Duty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Semi-professional Call of Duty.
Yeah. So it kind of went on from being a player to managing a club. So you kind of have both worlds perspective. So you understand both sides of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like we have another question from the audience. Thank you all so much. In fact, it's from Danielle again. So Danielle, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. So this question is, are there events like that coming up like that? Can't wait to see these two collaborate. Sounds cool.
They must happen then. We have to collaborate then.
We don't have a choice.
And, yeah.
We're gonna make it happen.
I think it's very good for tailors.
I mean, if you can see, scuba diving is an outdoor kind of club. Esports is kind of an indoor.
Indoors, so yeah.
Yeah, so why not?
Wow.
Let's get outside.
And I can't believe we were just, having some quick banter about it. And now all of a sudden someone's asking, will that actually happen? Wow. Yeah, so if you guys actually do it, hopefully by the time you arrive, the event may happen. So feel free to join us then. Wow, now this really has to happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so thank you so much, Danielle, for your question. So we're going to actually move to the next question, which is, this is actually going to be our final question to wrap up for our segment. So for those of you who are watching, thank you so much for sticking throughout. This is our Taylor's Digital Open Day. If you want to talk to our counselors, head on over to our website, even for a virtual campus tour. And yeah, let's wrap up this session with our final question. So this question here is, what advice would you give to new students or someone thinking about joining Taylor's? So everyone watching right now is a potential Taylor student thinking about maybe joining Taylor's. So what's some advice that you would give to all our maybe new students? I mean, you can think of yourself as when you were a new student, what did you wish someone told you as advice when you first came to Taylor's?
I think one thing, for me at least, personal advice is do what you really want to do. It's like, yeah, sometimes we may have our parents saying like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Like for me, I used to do law, and I jumped boat and now I'm in mass comm. But when you decide to come to Taylor's, do what you're passionate for and enjoy your university life. That's one thing.
As for me, I have no idea what the advice to give. But because like I don't know, like truthfully, coming to university or college is not like those in the movies you see like so much happy, or you can see a lot of dramas like that kind. But because it's way more challenging than you actually like thought. So like instead of like you will have to expect the unexpected when you come to universities, any universities. But in Taylor's you will expect a lot of unexpected stuff. So I just say be prepared for whatever's coming in your way. So yeah.
I think last for me, I think advice from me is like what Nabil said, you must do whatever you love. You don't do whatever people ask you to do, because I think this is the final phase of your student life, because after this you're going to go for working life already. So I think after more than 12 years in 10, 12 years in high school, in primary school, I think you know already what you guys want to do. I think you should follow whatever you have in your mind. Yes, your parents are good. Your parents sometimes might be correct for you, but you know what you have, what you want to do, what you are willing to do, what you love. So I think you should follow whatever you want, follow your heart. I think you should come to Taylor's, see what Taylor's have, what Taylor's can provide, what Taylor's can give it to you. So I think after that you can decide. If we cannot force you to come Taylor's if you don't love Taylor's.
Right, very good.
That's all.
All right, thank you all so much. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, the three of you, for being our guests and sharing your knowledge and expertise and your experiences with our fellow audiences. We really appreciate you guys being our guests here today. For all of you watching, this has come to an end of our Taylor's Digital Open Day live chat, but not to worry, because all of our live chats have been recorded and placed on YouTube, so you can always rewatch if you've missed this session or even the sessions before this. Feel free to rewatch it, and yeah, we've come to an end to our Taylor's Digital Open Day live chat. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you hopefully next Digital Open Day. All right, and we're done. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Hopefully see you for the next segment. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully see the clubs collaborate.
We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
After this whole virus ends, then probably.
Yeah, after the virus.
After the virus ends.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say bye to the audience.
Okay,
bye.